No. Seriously? You're still here. Real mature, pea-brain. Real mature. You know, usually nicknames are short. Might want to come up with something other than stick in the mud. Nothing. I thought you went with the rest of them to go get supplies. Well, okay. Clearly, I'm giving you too much credit. I thought you might have had the foresight to realize that there aren't enough supplies in the cabin to tide 8 people over for 2 weeks. What am I, your mother? How am I supposed to know you immediately went upstairs after we got here to take a nap? Right, well, unlike you, I was actually helping get the place ready. I may be a city girl, but that doesn't mean I'm completely useless in the woods. Whatever. What? Yeah, I brought hot chocolate mix with me. One of it. I didn't know if any of the stores in town had any, and I like this specific brand. Hey, if you're allowed to be picky about what kind of creamer you like with your 3rd cup of coffee, I'm allowed to be picky about what kind of hot chocolate I like. No, it doesn't taste the same as the rest. It's so much better. What? You want some? You're so annoying. Fine, go get a mug. They're in that cabinet, the one above the fridge. Yeah, you should wash it. You don't know how long it's been sitting there. Here. Yeah, it's whatever. Do you... Do you like it? See? I told you it tastes better than whatever you've had before. Is that mine or yours? Oh. Crap. Nothing, it's just... Well, no, it's not nothing, it's the weather report. Yeah, look. Over a foot of snow overnight is not a good thing, especially with all the snow on the ground already. It was a hassle just getting here. I don't even want to think how much trouble it'll be for the rest of our friends to get back from town and all this. They should be back in an hour or 2, but with the snowstorm, I doubt they'll be able to get back anytime soon. Unless they want to total the car. It's fine. We might not have much here, but it's enough to last us a few days. Besides, at least the power's working. Was working. Crap. You don't happen to know how to fix a generator, do you? Austin mentioned there being instructions somewhere, but I don't know. Let me text him. Yeah, I don't know when he's going to respond, but considering all that's happening, he probably won't for quite some time. Doesn't help that it's also dark out. Yeah, if anything, they'll most likely stay at the inn in town. There's no way they're gonna risk it and make the drive back in all this snow. So I guess we're stuck with each other. Alone. Without power. Great. What? You're afraid of the dark or something? Come on, there's still some light out, and besides, I want to find some flashlights before the sun completely goes down, and maybe a battery-powered heater if I'm lucky. But let's be honest, that's kind of pushing it. Look, if you really don't want to be left alone here, then come along and help me look for stuff. Standing in the dark without a game plan isn't going to be beneficial for either of us. Come on, quit standing there and follow me. Crap. You have a bobby pin or a paper clip or something? Great, hand it over. Still got it. Think you can use your phone's flashlight? Thanks. What? Did you think my only talent was kicking your ass in our political science class? Well, if you're going to be judgmental about it, then no. I won't tell you where I learned to pick locks from. You're more than capable of asking nicely. So, go on. Use your words and ask me nicely. Very good. Looks like you do have some manners in that little head of yours. Well, when I was younger, I used to get into a whole lot of trouble. Not trouble like I was in trouble with my parents, but trouble as in getting myself into stupid situations. Anyway, one time, an older cousin of mine invited me over to a sleepover and dared me to play Bloody Mary alone. I couldn't have been more than 7 or 8, so obviously I fully believed in that stuff, but since it was a dare, I couldn't back out. I didn't want anyone to think I was a chicken or anything, so I went into the bathroom, shut the door behind me, turned off the lights, and shakily whispered, "Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, thrice." Of course, nothing happened, which was sort of disappointing, until I tried leaving the bathroom. My cousin's childhood home was strange, in that the bathroom door locks from the outside rather than the inside. The little demon and his friends thought it'd be a good idea to lock me in the bathroom in order to scare me into believing that Bloody Mary was real and was gonna get me. I bounded at the door, tears pouring down my face as I screamed, let me out, but to no avail. After around 5 minutes of screaming, I gave up and curled up in the fetal position on the bathroom floor and just sobbed. After a little while longer, I got up, turned on the lights. At that point, I knew it was my cousin messing with me, as opposed to some urban legend, and was livid. Well, a little before that, I was reading a comic book about this spy who could literally walk through walls, and one of the panels showcased her using 2 paper clips to get through a locked door. After remembering that, I frantically looked around the bathroom for some paper clips, and I was able to find some, thankfully. I remembered how one of them looked like an L shape, so I bent it to match it, and lifted the end of the other one and used it as the pick. I poked around until the door clicked open and found my cousin and his friend sprawled out on the living room floor watching TV. Needless to say, I snitched and he was grounded for 3 months. Well, when you're a kid, those rules don't apply, especially when someone took that much pleasure tormenting you. I'm sure you would have let me out eventually, but my kid self wasn't gonna wait. I think that was the moment when I realized that the best person I can depend on to help me in dire situations was myself. Shouldn't expect other people to be there when I need help or assistance. If I want something, I need to get it myself. Yeah, it does, huh? Anyway, I haven't spoken to that cousin in years, although he does try to contact me from time to time. No, I wouldn't say hate him or hold a grudge, but him denying that that ever happened doesn't really bode well, you know? Ah, here we are. Some flashlights and a couple packs of batteries. And it looks like there's some weighted blankets too. Here, let's carry them back to the living room. It's starting to get cold now. And the snow's really coming down. How are you feeling? Do you want to go grab a jacket from your room, or... Okay. We could be warmer if we huddled up together. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, no. Under normal circumstances, I'd never huddle up against you, but these are not normal circumstances, unless you count being trapped in a cabin in the middle of the woods under an avalanche of snow normal. Yeah, just stay still. Yeah, it's a lot better, but it's still really cold. I wasn't expecting the heat to run out so quickly, but this is a pretty old cabin. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay? Well, you're pretty warm, so I'd be shocked if you weren't. Not everyone radiates heat like you do, okay? Some of us need to wear layers in the winter to keep warm. Frickin' weirdo. No! No. You're not allowed to let go. Mm-mm. No. You are not allowed to leave either. Until our friends get back. You're stuck with me. I don't want you to leave me alone. I know you don't like me, but if we're gonna get through this, then we need to. What? What do you mean you don't hate me? You've always looked at me with a disgusted look on your face, so... Well, that's only because you always taunt me and tease me whenever I try talking to you, so I just ended up not liking you on principle. But no, I don't. I don't hate you. I find you annoying, yes, but I don't dislike you. If anything, I'm grateful to you. Mm-hmm. There's no way for me to say this without sounding arrogant, but you're the only person in class who I can count on to challenge me. Don't get me wrong, your arguments are flawed on most days, but they still do challenge me. And I like that. I like that you push me to think more and be better, no matter how annoying you are in the process. But if you ever repeat any of this to anyone else, I swear to God. Good. Sorry about before. For tackling you. I mean... Impulse is a scary thing. Yeah, I normally don't give in to impulses since things don't usually go well for me when I do. Well, to be honest, I've always wanted to live like you. Mm-hmm. You always seem to have everything and nothing figured out. Don't look at me like that. I'm trying to compliment you. Hey, I'm only bad at it because I'm used to insulting you. Cut me some slack. Anyway, I've always wanted to play things by ear. And just go with the flow. But it just makes me far too anxious. I like it when things go exactly according to plan, but first off, it's unrealistic to expect everything to go your way all the time, and second off, it just ends up becoming predictable. I guess you're right. I am a stick in the mud. Ew, I can't believe I said that. Yeah, well, this is the one and only time I'm going to admit that you're right. So you better savor it. Hmm? What? Why are you looking at me like that? Like you're staring at a glass of water after not having a drink in weeks? What are you doing? What are you talking about? Holding back? You've never been one to hold back on anything. You're always saying things before fully thinking it through. You're always taking what you want without any regard for the consequences. You want me, don't you? So why are you holding back now?